Hey, you guys. Ahem, I made a dress. I made a dress. I made a dress. That's right. I made a dress out of a giant t-shirt. And here are the trials and tribulations I went through to make it. And at the end, you'll see what it looks like. So I will see you guys after this. Go talk to voiceover Adrian. Love you. Bye. Hey everybody, it's voiceover Adrian. So this is what it looked like before I cut it because I didn't have any pictures for the before and after. And so I just wanted to let you guys know what it looked like. And now I'm just ironing it because if there's wrinkles, you might mess up where you cut. But don't you worry, there'll be mess ups anyway. But I don't want to give any spoilers. So yeah, I ironed it. Also had I think currently I'm listening to Pandora, but soon we will get into the sewing mood and put on some Project Runway because, that's what you do, or at least that's what I do. Every time I sew, I put on either RuPaul's Drag Race or Project Runway, and I was in a real Project Runway mood, so that's what I did. Also, did you guys miss mini ironing board? Did you miss it? I did. I like seeing it. So yeah, I'm just straightening it out, trying to smooth it out now. I watched two different tutorials to try to make sure that I was doing it right. And they basically said the same thing. They basically said get a dress that fits you, make sure that the material is the same. So if the dress stretches, make sure that the material you're going to use stretches. So I did that. I was very nervous about cutting into it because the shirt's inside out and there's a pattern on the front and the back. So I didn't want to mistakenly cut and then not get all of the pattern on the front or the back. And luckily, I succeeded in that, but you'll see later that I could have done a better job. I think what happened was I started way too close to one of the sides because I was trying to preserve the sleeves, and I shouldn't have did that. I should have started from the middle and then moved one way and then the other way. You live and you learn. So now I'm just pinning it. I have this little pin cushion bracelet. I don't know. I'm sure it has a name. Oh, Secret River in the corner. That's my river dog. She's an Australian shepherd, so she's never too far away from somebody in the family. But yeah, she's the quality control manager, and she was just making sure that I did a good job and didn't drop any pins on the floor because that would be terrible. So yeah, traced out the sleeves, traced out the dress, and now I'm just pinning it so when I cut. Oh, Secret Maxwell. That's my tinier baby. He's a Cheagle. But anyway, so when I cut, I just have a little bit more of a guideline. And also it kept it together so that the fabric didn't like flap when I was cutting at it. I had to get out my heavy fabric scissors. I tried to use just like paper scissors and it was not doing it. So yeah, just cutting. And I tried to cut out any footage of me doing things off screen, but if there are some, I'm so sorry. Like I said, I got a stand that's not the best, but don't you worry, things do change. Oh, I decided to make pockets. The pockets are fine, and well, they're not fine. Making the pockets were fine, and I'm glad I learned how to do it. And now that I know how to do it, I'm gonna do it better. But I didn't use a pattern because the tutorial I watched was like, yeah, just like trace your hand basically, and then that'll be a pocket. Which I mean it is, but it's very small. And I'll just put it like that. Like it barely fits my hand in. But you live and you learn. You live and you learn. And it honestly, it wasn't that hard. I was so nervous because I had to deviate from one other tutorials because the first one that I watched didn't have anything for pockets in it. I'm measuring where a pocket on my pants would be. So then that's where the top of the pocket is, and then I'm measuring the bottom of the pocket too, because basically what I did was I sewed the pockets together and then sewed the dress together and then just pulled it inside out, if that makes any sense. So I didn't like sew the dress and then cut a slit in. I just sewed like up around the pocket up. I hope that makes sense. That's what I did. Yeah, so here's me starting to sew. I sewed the pockets first. there were trials and tribulations. I'm not really good at threading the sewing needle, so anytime it got stuck or anything, and there were plenty of times that it did, it was calamity. But yeah, I got it done, and it didn't take as long as I thought. I would have got this all done in one day, but I couldn't find my bobbins all of a sudden. Like, I've had sewing stuff for years because I used to cosplay a long, long time ago. But for some reason, I could not find one bobbin. I couldn't, it was just a mess. So between cutting and actually sewing, an actual day passed. But altogether, it did not take that long. I think if I added up all the time, it probably took like maybe 4 hours. And that's because I'm a very slow sewer. I was nervous. I was trying to make sure I was doing it right. I also have, our favorite tiny art assistant, as I'm going to start calling them, or already have been calling them. So there was just a lot going on. But yeah, I'm just sewing now and watching Project Runway. I do believe it was season 10. Not that that matters, but just if you want to sew along with me, but don't do that. Or do it, but don't watch this as a guide, because I'm nobody's teacher except my kids, I guess. Well, I'm not their teacher, I'm their parent. I'm babbling. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see now, I'm sewing the pockets, and it was super difficult for me because I'm not a very skilled sewer. I do the best with what I got. So it's easy for me to go in straight lines, but a pocket isn't straight. You have to turn it. So there was a lot of like, oh, I don't want to go in too far, or oh, it's going like very diagonal. I had to like cut out a little bit of it, start over the pocket. Even though I cut the pockets together, so you would think they would be identical, they weren't, and that was a big issue. So yeah, there's just some trials and tribulations, but I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I kept moving and grooving. But I mean, as you can see, it's taken forever just to get through this freaking pocket. Also, do you like my little rainbow heart pin cushion? When I went to Jones, aka Joann's Fabrics, to get thread. I had to get black thread because apparently I don't have any. I don't believe that. They were like, yeah, just go take something off that table. It's free. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. And they were like, we got to get rid of it. Please take it. So most of it was like old Christmas candy, but there was that heart. I'm not sure if it's a pin cushion or if it's supposed to be some kind of ornament, but I'm using it as a pin cushion. So yeah, still sewing. Still a going and a sewing, but I am almost done. I got one side completely sewed, and as you can see, I'll preserve the sleeves, the shoulders and the tops of the sleeves, so I didn't have to worry about sewing that, and I'm very glad that I did that because, I mean, it probably wouldn't have been too terrible, but I mean, the less you got to do, you work smarter, not harder. That's all I'm trying to say. Almost done, so I'm gonna see if I can time this right. I finished sewing everything, I pulled it together, I hemmed up the sleeves, and you're about to see the completed look in 3, 2, 1, go. So, in conclusion, I really like it, but it is a little short. I got a 3X, and just so you know, I'm 5'3", and it is, I can't bend over, I'll put it like that. I can't pick nothing off of the ground, but I still like it, and I think I would just wear like maybe some of those little like biker shorts under it or something like that, because I think it's really cute. But if I could do things all over again, I would, one, not make these pockets because they're in an awkward spot and they make the dress go like out like this, where my waist is, and I will, want my waist to go in, not out. So I'm not sure. You can probably just take them out and then resew it, and I might try to do that. I would fortify doing the hem better, and I would hem my sleeves better because I hem them, but they're not even, so I had to roll it up. So that's another thing. Also, when I was tracing out the pattern, I started close to one side and didn't think about it being close to the other side. So that's why on the back it's like tilted. Like on the back it's like more to one side than it is in the middle. So I would definitely do that again. I'm holding my puff. I got it from Clay did a Kickstarter. This has nothing to do with the video, but like it toots. I never thought I'd be the kind of person that would want something like this, but here we are. But yeah, those are some of the things I would do again. I'm not going to be able to do it again because the artist who I will link below, I'm not sure if they're ever going to remake this. The only reason they remade it in the first place is because a whole bunch of people had asked about it. So I'm not sure how easy it would be to require this. But if I did do it again, I would get, I guess, a 4XL. I don't know. It's riding up and these thighs are thick. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. But I mean, like, it's not bad. And it's been a long time since I've sewn anything, so it's not bad. I think I might fortify the inside hem because it's not like coming apart, but I can see where it's stretched in some places, so I think I would just go over that twice. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. I love this hair, it's so soft. This is my only human hair wig. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. Like I said, these are not tutorials. These are just like, this is what I did. Do you want to see? And speaking of this is what I did, do you want to see? I have gotten some new art things recently. If you guys would be interested, I got a new iPad, one of the M2 ones. I got it refurbished, but I could, at least while I'm still in possession of my old one, show you the differences. It's not crazy many. Like, if you got one, I wouldn't recommend like getting a new one, but if you didn't have one, you know, there's some refurbished ones that you could get, and they're, you know, not terribly expensive. They are still expensive. So that's one thing I could talk about. I got this like new stand thing so that I can record better. I don't know how I record showing you the stand when I use the stand to record, but I'll figure it out if that's something you're interested in. I also have some sketchbooks that I'm probably going to do some videos on. I have a question. Would you rather see oldest first to newest, or see current and then go backwards? That is my question, because I don't know. But yeah, I could do that. And once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for looking at my itty bitty little teeny weeny channel. I would like it if you subscribed. I don't think I'm ever going to make money from this channel, but it would be nice to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can at least get, you know, something back from it. So that's, you know, my little goal, my little YouTube goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can apply for monetization. So that would be really nice and really fun and really cool. And if you like, subscribe, or if you don't want to do that, which I understand, could you watch 2 of my videos, because that at least pushes it out to other people who might like this kind of content better. I understand I'm a lot. I'm not for everybody. I completely get it. But I appreciate the time you did spend with me. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching me go on this adventure and making this shirt that has called to me. I do believe that this shirt was made just for me because I do have a BFA and I do have a big fat ass. So thank you so much for seeing me on this journey. Bye, you guys.